We should start our lean journey by defining the value of project in the eyes of the customer. It is critical to have a clear idea of what the project is supposed to actually deliver. Obviously, customer value is defined by no one but the customer. In fact, value represents the need of the customer or the voice of the customer. Clearly, different customers define value in different ways, and you should keep in mind that the value the customer finds in the project can be enhanced or diminished by circumstances. The problem most organizations have in specifying value is that they tend to concentrate on what they are able to deliver rather than what the customer really wants. Research has shown that if we allocate a factor of 1 to the construction of a facility, then the design cost is likely to be around 10% of that. If we then consider the cost to run and maintain the facility over, say, a 60 years lifespan, then this incurs a factor of 3 to 5. Widening the focus further shows that the costs associated with operating the business, for example, the cost of furniture, staff, resources, and so on, equates to a factor of around 15 to 30 over the 60-year life. But if we consider the value of the business outcomes, that is, the attributes that create a successful business, these will come in at a massive factor of 30 to 200 times the construction cost. This shows a huge return on the investment in design and suggests that a larger investment might be worthwhile. But what typically happens is that these front-end costs come from the capital expenditure budget, and every effort is made to minimize them. It is usual for the owning and operating costs to come from a recurring budget, and it is very difficult for most companies to move money from here to the capital expenditure budget to spend on construction. If money could be more easily moved between budgets, whole life costing would be much more common than it is at present. But even then, the pressure is to minimize these costs. And you will notice that business outcomes do not normally form part of cost-driven value planning. Let's take an example of an owner-operating client, such as a processing plant. Design, construction, and running and maintenance costing form part of the construction domain, and there may be little understanding of the operating cost, even if there is an in-house team to oversee the construction activities. These operating costs may include technical, administrative, security, and supervisory staff, energy and water use, emissions, and change and adaptation. Attempts are made to keep all these costs to a minimum. This client will want to maximize their business outcomes, such as ensuring reliable production flow, inspiring innovative practice, good levels of staff retention, recognition from peers, integration within their neighborhood, and receiving awards including environmental awards. But it is difficult for facility designers to see and design to the business outcomes in this system, as it follows a push process, and often clients don't articulate a vision of business outcomes beyond the product flow. In order to bring pull into value delivery, the whole system needs to be turned around so that desired business outcomes are explored and understood first. The cost considerations will flow out from there, minimizing the chance of wasteful or inappropriate design and construction. In this way, we can begin to maximize whole life value and at the same time minimize whole life cost.